here, you know your yeast is ready. Right? The intention is that when you go home, you're going to be able to do it. All right? So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be mixing and measuring. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. For those persons who are gluten-free, I'm going to try to make gluten-free bread. But for the other individuals who I really would like you to learn to make your own bread at home, you'll be surprised to see what's in the bread that you're eating. Okay? And you don't, the ones that you don't make at home. All right? Okay. So I am going to be doing to the liquid here. To the liquid here, I am going to be adding. When it comes to bread, I can really go crazy, right? Let me tell you, I go into my face. I just make all the spelt flour is made from spelt grains. It comes from the wheat family, but it contains less wheat, right? So it's like what they say, an offspring of the wheat. It comes from the wheat family, but it has less of the gluten than the regular, than barley and the regular wheat. Yes, this is an excellent. You can this is excellent. And anything you can do with the wheat flour, you can do it because but it has less. So if I'm working with, if I'm making most of the times there, I use mainly spelt and unbleached flour, right? So these flours that we have here, they are unbleached. I bought these. These are unbleached flour, right? So you have to look for the sand, the PCG. And I bought these specifically to tell you. If you're going to buy flour at the store, you buy these brands. Buy the brand PCG because they are unbleached, right? Okay, so let's run a look. So for the yeast, now let me tell you, I am not the perfect measurement. I can tell you that. I can use the measurement, but I'm not the perfect. I'm when you do this thing for 40 years, you kind of get upset, right? Okay. So, all right, coaches. See if I can do that. Come here, is there additional water? Yeah? I put you know that nothing is done, but then you just keep on it. If you can get some more water. All right, I'm going to make it now so we can probably make full loaf of bread. Hopefully. They're asking what are you making? Right now or all through the time? All right. Hi. Good morning, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Here are the things that we're going to be trying to flash through today, right? We're going to be doing a regular bread, homemade, handmade bread. I want to teach you. And what I'm going to do is just give you the base. When you go home, you can look. I can't focus on looking at the camera. Yeah, my team, you have to work with me, sir. All right. So here, okay. So the bread, I'm going to give you the base of the bread, right? When you go home, you can make vegetable bread, cranberry bread, apple bread, any kind of bread. You can make pizza dough. You can make cinnamon roll, any kind of thing. But I'm giving you the base, right? So, and I'm going to make flatbreads. I'm trying also to make a gluten-free bread as well. Also, I'm going to make, I got a lot of requests for tofu recipes, but those, I'm going to make a scramble now, and I'm going to try and make an omelet or something nice. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. And then, I'm going to make some condiments. So I'm going to teach you to make your own butter. I'm going to teach you how to make your own mayonnaise. I'm going to teach you how to make your own ketchup and your little tomato sauce. My favorite tomato sauce, which is the one I developed, I call it Scotchimoto, right? Scotchimoto, right? So it's lots of scotchy and lots of tomatoes, right? I make that at the store every single week, and I tell you something, and all the tomatoes come from my garden, and it's beautiful. And then I'm going to teach you to make a beautiful Thousand Island dressing that, oh, it is just what they call it. Today I go. All right, and then I hope that I can make a little extra. I brought along some sweet potato macaroni, and I want to make a nice sweet potato mac and cheese. So what we're trying to do is a little extra. So I'm going to just flash along everything as we go along, right? So that's where we are. So we're starting out with the bread. So in the pan here, I have a teaspoon of active yeast, baker's yeast, not nutritional yeast. This is nutritional yeast, right? And this is from a seaweed. This is more savory. So you use this in when you're spicing up your meals, right? Then we also have 1 cup of water with that 1 teaspoon of yeast. And we have, how much sugar did you put in the gale? All right, okay. All right. So if you're like me, and you're making the bread, I like when I make my bread, I like it to have a little sweetie. It's kind of, you know, I don't like sweets, but I like the bread to have a nice, because other than that, the bread is done. And I don't use salt. So when I'm setting the bread, okay, so again, I put about, that would mean about 2 tablespoons, right? So you can put that 2 tablespoons if you want it a little more on the sweeter side. You can put 1 tablespoon, but don't put less because the yeast needs something to eat, right? You can also, if you're setting your bread, you can also use agave syrup, which is what I generally use. You can also use honey. And if I'm making my gluten-free bread, I use applesauce because the sugar in the applesauce, it's unsweetened, but the sugar, the natural sugar in the apples will gives the yeast something to feed up, right? So in here now, I am going to be adding my spelt. And for those persons who are not so aware, spelt is also one of the grains. It's an ancient grain, but it also comes from the wheat family. It has to a lesser extent the gluten. All right. So while the barley and the wheat, they have like about 99%, right? The spelt flour has significantly less, right? So if you don't have celiac diseases and you don't have a terrible intense response, negative response to gluten, you can always use the spelt. Funny enough, I have a gluten sensitivity, but here's the thing. I have tried having 10% spelt in one of the breads I made for myself, and I didn't get a bad reaction. So I didn't get a reaction as a matter of fact. So I'm not encouraging you to go crazy about it, but avoid it if you can. Okay, but it makes it makes a beautiful what you call it, dough. All right, so I'm doing my measurements. So I'm starting 1 cup of spelt, right? Oh, you know that this is about 2 cups. I might just use it. More than berry, more bread. All right, so that's about 2.5. As I said to you earlier, I'm not the most excitable measuring chef, right? Right there. Yeah, it was all about that. All right, so as I said before, no, I don't work for these people, but I like their thing because I'm rich, right? Okay, so that's what I said. No, I don't sell it at my store, but because it's sold in the supermarket. But if I'm making bread, no, it depends on which of them. I find that it's not. I find that it's not all the stores sell it. It's not all the stores sell it. But this is one of the better ones. You can also buy. If you're buying wheat flour, you can also buy the Natural Life. Natural Life does this one. So to this now, I'm going to add, when you're making your bread, you cross. you use, if you're using spelt or wheat flour, you add in some unbleached white flour, okay, for the purity and of the dough, right? All right, so I made two, about this is about 1.5 in the evening, but we're just gonna get more bread than here. All right, so I'm just adding some white flour, right? I'm giving you a crust, okay? I'm just giving you a crust between everything. And I'm going to be using some wheat, some heavy wheat. So if you're gluten sensitive today, this bread ain't for you. All right, so I'll make you I'll show you how to make the gluten-free one, right? Because incidentally, I can't use gluten either, but I know other people can. Okay, the majority of the population can. So my idea today is to teach you how to make your own bread. That is my idea. Okay. All right. Next move now to get the nicest, softest. What in the world? The nicest, softest dough, right? You can use salt, but as I said, as a rule, I don't use salt. If you want to use salt, pink Himalayan, okay? Pink Himalayan, higher in silver, higher than I, okay? I use a little salt, as I said to you. I'm not a measuring chef. And this thing for longer. No, the magic to your bread. Magic to your bread. A little bit of apple cider vinegar. Why? This is where you get the puff and the fluff. This is the acid that works with the yeast to give it that beautiful fluff. Okay? Here's another thing about the bread too. When you're making bread too, here's another thing. Don't put your yeast and your salt together because you won't get a fluff bread. 1% of the salt will just kill all the yeast. You don't need that, right? All right, so here's what. No, when you're making your bread, you need a sugar. Sorry, you need a sweetener, which is what the yeast will eat, so that it can activate. You need an acid, which we're going to use for this. You need fat, which we're going to use. I normally would use coconut milk, but I'm going to use a little olive oil, right, today. And then you need, of course, the flour, okay? So now, for this, you don't need more than about ½ teaspoon for your bread, right? And that is about this, a cupful. You don't need more than that. And I can bet you anybody in here, when you're done, you're going to see a really beautiful bread. Really, all right, that was thank you, sir. You know that you have strong arms. All right, so the oil, you don't need more than about a tablespoon, right? Why? It preserves the moisture and you need the fat in the bread, okay? So now, we're going to have, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. Don't hold it against me, all right? Okay? So you're going to get a nice moist bread. All right. Look here, man. I can't understand all these signs and wonders. Okay, so let's see if we can get more water for me. All right, so I'm going to mix this. Not I might need some more. Yeah. I wonder if we should start with as many days together this way, put in this down. It's just flour, water, and salt. All right. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Again, is always the strong arm of the law, right? So, yeah, this is what we do. We finish up. Yes, so one punch and stick, right? We can roll on this, can we? We can roll on the punch here. All right. So let me finish. All right, so here's what. All right, now, one, two. Here's what's happening now. He's rolling the dough. I wanted to show along the steps, right? To just show, you can probably just walk around and show the works as you get along. Here's what happens. If the dough is too sticky, you keep adding a little bit of the flour, right? All right? You don't put too much because you don't want it dry, right? All right? So we keep on, he's going to keep on adding a little flour until we get it. When your bread is ready, you should do this for 10 minutes. Because at the end of that, you should have made at least 200 of the straws. But when you are done with your bread, and which is the time when he's done, I'm going to show you. You use your finger and you touch the bread like that, and it comes right back like this. Oh, wait. Oh. I carried the no, I carried behind. Where the other one is? Sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. See here, man. Yeah, man. You just don't forget it. All right. Okay. This is the added high protein flour. Right? High protein. All right. What's that? All right. That is to give you more. So you won't have anything to win. Okay, so he's working on that. Next one we're going to do now is the flatbread. All right. Flatbread. Anyway, it's not anything you don't have, you can recommend. All right. So I went to work now. I went to work. I'm gonna make it flat. Okay? So here's my little. All right. This is my little flat one. If you don't have one of these, don't worry about it. Use it to see it. All right? See it. If you don't have the flat bread, the big flat pan, don't worry about it. Use it to see it, right? This one is still on, right? Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to run into making some flat. Flour as usual. All right.
So let's speak now because there is some flour. So I took one little bit, some more, right? So we have stronger strands.
All right. And the stronger the gluten strands, the more sponge you will get. All right. Remember that we have to put in the bottom. Okay. All right. Look here. All right. Folks on the screen and online, I can't always look in your faces, but thank you for being here, okay? Don't you think this is the Mr. Skater? She does it. I must always look in the mirror. All right now. So another magic. Work that in hand. By the way, folks, make sure that you have your things clean, because you know that's what. Lord have mercy. You know what it is? All right. Here's the other part. The work that's here. So what I did was I added some, I put some extra butter. So we were working butter in, and that is what is going to give you the excessive moisture and the pulp, right? So when you're done, you're going to have really nice soft bread, okay? All right, so here's what I've been doing now. I've been working with the flatbread. We have two different types that we need. A butter, which is something like, I can make a small, because that's what I want to eat, to have, right? What you want to say? Where want to give it? No. I'm going to just, hear what we're going to do. I'm going to just make some small ones. I don't like these folks. They're annoying, you know, really annoying. All right, so here's the thing. I'm going to do this. Let me just do this. Let me just do this. All right, we wanted to make a flatbread, which is I'm going to use a butter, the butter type of flatbread. And it's more like a pancake style. I'm going to just make. I'm just going to make a few, just a few, so that you can get, so that you can, right? All right, so you have a little bit. We're going to use a little bit of non-aluminum baking powder, right? Okay. Then for me, I use all right. Okay. So now, as I said, we're going to make the flatbread. So here it is. We're using, I use a little baking powder. I'm using a little flaxseed. Now here's the thing. Flaxseed acts as the egg in your baking, right? So I'm making the flatbread. I'm gonna use some flaxseed. What I do, you know, flaxseed, right? Right. So you use you just put it in your milk, grind it up. You get a lot more nutrition, and you get no cholesterol at all you from the egg. Please, I beg you all, take out the egg of the bag, especially the yellow one. All right. All right. Next thing now, for the flatbread, I'm going to make a recipe 1 and 2. Right? Okay. And you can use this when you go home. You can make this, and you can use it to make your wraps in the morning. All right. Then I'm going to use.
Right, so in the meantime, right? So when we need for 8 to 10 minutes, then we have our gluten transfer. So this means that the protein in the flour is developed enough to give our bread a springy taste, and so you can cook it and stuff, right? So to test if our gluten comes all the way now, we can do a focus Which is the easiest one. So you cook the bread, right? And it's supposed to spring bar. So, okay. It's supposed to spring bar. So cook it. It's supposed to spring bar, right? Another one, if you're still unsure, is what we call the window painters. So when you pull the dough apart, right, in sunlight, maybe the light in your wherever you're cooking, you're supposed to be able to see through some thin parts of the dough, right? So talking about the sauce one, right? So right here, it looks like it's tearing, but it's not tearing, right?
Yeah, shouldn't tear.
Right, it shouldn't tear. So let me take another piece. So while you slowly pull it apart, right? Seems like a window pane to the door, right? So
it shouldn't break.
It shouldn't break, or it shouldn't break that easily, right? So when you see that, you know that your root is fully developed and your bread is fully needed. So we can set it aside now for half an hour, right?
Yes, 30 minutes.
So that it can rise. Oh, yeah. So we use a little oil to it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't stick onto the sides of the pan.
And it also helps to preserve the moisture that already introduced. All right. Okay, so that is the dough. So now we're going to put it in our warm place. Well, we don't really want to get some macaroni. You don't have the sauce. That's what we need. Oh, we have full of it. All right. So yeah. So we're going to set it aside somewhere warm so that we can get so that it will rise because it needs the warm. If you want to, what you can if you're at home, what you can do is just put it in your oven, don't burn on it. Put the dough in the pan, in the oven, and what you do is boil some water, put it into a small container and put it in the oven. And that heat from the water will help your dough to rise. All right? So now, as I said, I'm going to be doing the flatbread, and I'm going to be doing the butter type. The other one, we are going to just roll it like dumplings. When you finish, here, start this one first. Okay, so I'm going to just make a few small ones so that everybody can enjoy, right? So I'm going to use 1 cup of this flour, 1 cup of the unbeaten flour. But it's a lot. And one of the things I plan to make is I plan to make some tuna. So you could always have your tuna with your thing. All right, as usual, remember I told you that I am a stickler for the spelt flour, right? So we use a lot of spelt. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of this. That will equal about half cup. Look, this man. Mercy. All right. How we go. So here's the thing now. We're going to just mix this, right? All right, here's what we do. So we mix it as if we're going to make a pancake, except it's a savory pancake, right? That's the batter. All right, so mix it up, and then we put a little well, no, look here. Normally, if I'm making this, I use coconut milk. I cannot exist in my kitchen without coconut milk or sweet potato. Boy, if coconut milk is not in my kitchen, I go mad. Boy, I cook everything. I put coconut oil in it. All right, but now this is olive oil milk. So here's the thing. I'm gonna make a batter now. Okay? Yeah, I didn't put on the thing, I put on the skillet. So watch it here comes. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add water to this. So until we get a runny dough, right? Run. It's gonna be run when we are ready. Okay. When it's ready to be used, it's a runny dough. I'll soon show you. You're going to just mix it until there is no lumps, right? Please give me a little more. Huh? Yeah, it's hot. All right. I never realized it was a bit. It's like I wasn't focusing on it, you know. Oh, how are you, Cookie? Yeah, all right. Tell me what happened. What happened, baby? She hungry? Listen, I'm cooking something. You're going to get something nice. You see, you smell how the food nice? I'm going to get you something nice, girl. All right, now. Here is where we are. You see this? You see it? Huh? Yeah. Oh, that's the butter you need. Now to make the flatbreads, now we're going to watch here. I never take the scoop in. Oh, listen, I remember a lot of things. Huh? Eh? Who you know, some girl? You see that? Yes, I mean, I remember that. All right. All right, here's the thing now. Take off the top. Half or quarter. So here's that now. I'm going to start making. See if you can do a little thing here for me. Look at this. Look at this. This is done. All right. So blend the thing here for me. Give me the spoon. Blend it. Look in the fridge. Oh, wait a minute. To see the I want to see the thing here. Well, I hope you have garnered something so far from all this, right? In French? All right. Remember, no, my eye not as good as yours. You know. All right, look here. I am putting it here because, as I said to you, under normal circumstances, I don't develop oil in the cooking that I cook, right? But I want to grease this up a little. All right, so here's the thing. As I said, this is the batter that you need, right? See it? This is the batter. Okay? Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to use a half a cup, right? Sorry, I'm spoiling up your thing. Half a cup, right? When I finish, I'm going to need you to finish this, right? So this is what we're going to do, right? Put it there. And then now, this is what we're going to do. This is going to be a very small flatbread. I don't know if anybody wants that small flatbread. Not you. Not you. I'm not missing. All right. So we just going to do like that. As much as possible. And we're going to leave it like that. It's going to cook for about a minute on that side. We flip it over, and there you have your flatbread, right? So we're going to do as many as possible so you can all get it. All right. You see this? Well, I seasoned it. So, and I put a little turmeric and all that. Because you know, everything is about, when I'm cooking, everything is about nutrition for me. So I have to add everything that I know will give you a little extra. So I seasoned this and I put a little extra turmeric in it, a little bit of non-aluminum baking powder, and then I added a little fat, which is what normally I would use some coconut milk, right? If you so desire to, you can use any of the nut milks. You can use almond milk. You can use the one that I love these days and I have grown into is oat milk. You can use oat milk too. I will show you how to do it. I brought enough to make your own nut milk, right? If you look at it on there, you see how it's coming. And it's easy to spell. All right, you see this? Look, you see that? Easy does it. That's your flatbread. No, man, if that's what I said. You don't have, look here. Look, you don't have to use this press and our fancy things. Just use a little skillet. Okay. Huh? The plate. Oh, yes, that's right. Ooh. What did I use? All right, okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. So look at that. You know, everybody, you look at what we have. Now, if you push this under here and you feel that it's sticking and so, it means you need to leave it more, right? Means that the entire thing is not cooked properly. So we're going to leave it there, right? And then we're going to watch it until it's done. When it's done, we're going to flip it over and leave it to cook again for another couple of minutes, right? And that will get us to our flatbread, real nice flatbread. Then I'm gonna do all right, I'm going to make a few. Just make a few. All right. So while this is doing, we're going to make the other type of flatbread now. Yeah, do something wrong. So you're gonna just put a little oil, put some spelt and some unleashed white flour. Just put a cup and a half. A cup of the spelt, or if we're only making a few, just make a cup and a half. A cup shared equally. 3/4 cups of the unleashed white and another 3/4 of the spelt. Add a little salt, add a little oil, and make it into a dough, like a dumpling dough. All right? Yes, sir. So that's 3/4 of that and 3/4, or 1 and 1, because we have quite a few people who are waiting for breakfast, right? All right, now look at this. Now I want you to look at this. Look, you look at this and you see that on the top of it is completely like no white. Good. That's when it's ready. That's when you're ready. See? Great is thy faithfulness. You see it? That is your flatbread. Just leave them now to cook, right? So again, you will finish these for us. Thank you, Mom. All right, and then we're going to move on to something else. What I think I should do is perhaps make the omelet so that and the cake so we can make the flatbread, right? All right. Oh, I have that. So let's let me go this time. Did you do yes. All right, people, I'm going to do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to plan to see how everybody here can get something to eat. So when we finish with that, I'm going to show you how to do the scrub. I'm going to show you how to do this. Oh, we need the coconut milk. Mercy. Come here for that stuff. Coconut juice. Moving what? It's yes, coconut juice. Yes. Put in the freezer. Put in the freezer. It's just right here. All right. This is what I do. So here's what I do. I'm going to fix this, and then I'm going to fix the oven so you can all get something to eat. This is ready. All right. There you go. Let me run them. Over this way. Over the stove. Yeah, no, I'm doing the scramble. Mercy, it's me that. You want that? What that? That's my Mercy. All right, let's go. I want to scramble. Very much. You have the where's the lights on? Oh, you want let me use it. Let me just use that. She said you must put this to the back. Yeah. I'm seeing this. Listen, you know what? I want to know that you are what they're doing. Folks online, I hope you're benefiting from what we're doing. Huh? Yes. Hand water down. And a little oil. Yes. Thank you very much. I will take them out of the basket. I will take the plastic bag is pretty as well. No, I wanted to put it on in the meantime. Cut the chickpeas and pour out the apple pie. Oh yes, that's right. Okay, you are perfectly right. Yeah, you know, so if you could put it, you could. Yes. All right, here's where we are. I got the golden goose. Yes. Oh. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add, listen to me. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to be very sweet about it. What's that one from me? That one. Yeah. What is it?
Cameraman or woman who could have been following. It's so right.
Okay. All right, we apologize, not to worry. Soon get to you. Even the coconut milk, no worries. Oh, yeah. That's better. That's better. There. So here what you're going to do now. You have to go wait until this boil. In the meantime, I'm going to season it up. You see? Lord have mercy. You are not going to believe this. This is gonna be crazy, crazy. All right, here's what we are doing. With that, we're going to add a little lemon juice right at the beginning, right? Just for. All right, you don't have to add it to yours. You don't. But, you know, it's just so amazing. I'm going to leave it. Let it just go on a nice. Wait a second. I'm going to leave it as that. Let it cook for a little bit. In the meantime, I'm going to season it. You get it? All right, so I am going to now season that. And here's what I'm going to put in it. Here's what I'm going to put in this. And look here, when I cook, I put just the natural bare things, right? Simple is better. This is called savory. It's just a mixture of herbs, spices, and that's all, right? This is nutritional yeast, B vitamins, plenty of them, iodine, plenty of them, right? As I said to you, I'm doing, forgive me, I'm not such a measurer, right? No, I don't like a pro, but this, I suppose the Lord has kept me in this thing for 40 years, man. Until, yeah? Season. Plenty, plenty. Just season it up. Time. Oh, I forget that. Oh, it's all right. No worries. You're gonna smell this. It's gonna smell so delicious. Listen, man. No roast beef. I know I'm still can't taste it. I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, make it for no. If you want it, you can. It's too late now, bro. No, here are some extra things that I add to my tea when I'm making it, right? Clove, digestion, right? Man, paprika, love. And listen, I'm teaching you all these things. I want you to cook like that. You won't learn all that Miss T went to, you know, but as you go along this way, you understand? Because if there's anything else on my table, garlic and onion and garlic. Pochi, you have this, the other ripe ones, right? Yeah, don't? All right. Yes, please. If you could, in the meantime, no, strain the water separate from the chickpea. So we need one for the chickpea and one for the water. And this is onion, right? You do it according to how you like. Now, here is the magic. You know what this is? Tahini. And if you don't have tahini, don't fuss yourself. Just get some sesame seed and just blend it out in your machine with a little oil, right? But yeah, these, look here, when you're cooking, when you're making your food, you must remember that the Babylonians and the Egyptians, them cook with all kind of thing and make it look fancy. We have the real thing. What you say? We must do the real thing. So when they cook with all them fancy thing, we use the natural thing and it will better than them anytime we do. You know that? Restaurant style food as vegans, right? Boy, all these people are gonna think I'm crazy, right? Listen, Bridget, let me tell you something. Set me cooking 24/7. Well, 2 daughters, they can tell me I'm crazy when it comes to my cooking. All right, look at what's happening now. You see how this is getting nice and creamy and rich? Huh? All right. 2 things leave for this now. 2 things. Turmeric, plenty. Turmeric. Huh? Hello, look at this. Lots of turmeric. Listen to me. Don't go easy on turmeric. You see, people like me, everything I eat turmeric because I'm a cancer overcomer. And this thing has it has an ingredient in it that was made by the Father. And when you use it, it is 150 times more potent to your body than chemo. This comes from the Father. This is the Father's chemotherapy. I'm not insulting the medical doctors. Please, I'm begging you. I'm just telling you the facts, right? Because really and truly, your doctors need to know too, don't you think so? All right. All right. You see how this look nice? Look at it. Oh, I can't look at it. You see how wonderful it is? Wait, you have to do this something. All right. All right, friends. Corey, listen to me. The Babylonian, the Egyptians come here and take our turmeric, pure and simple and sweet. Then carry it, put all kind of crazy something in it, and then send it back themselves. And say it name Corey. I never see this yet from there, God. All right, look here now. Next thing I'm going to put in this now is, hello, the masterpiece. This is,
Like this.
Huh?
This is like that.
No, you see the big lump that you have? Just use your hand. Pour it out of the water, rinse it off always, and then you just use your fork and just or your hands and just grind it up like that. Right? Yeah. All right, so I need the vegetables now. All right, so here's how we're going to pour this in. In this goes, and it's gonna be creamy and delicious. You have to try. I wanted to try. You think I journeyed here from Ola? You think I journeyed here so far for you not to try it? Huh? I journeyed here so you can try it. Look at this. Anybody can tell you that this is not scrambled egg? And listen to me. What? There's no standard meat, man. Watch that one here. Eh? Yes, everything.
Tofu, right?
Yes, yes. And look at this. We're gonna put the other part of the freshness on it. Whoa! Whoa, man, I tell you. But guess what? I want to leave a little because I want to put a little in your omelet. You see? I'm doing scrambled tofu. So you're getting some eggs. We're making flatbread so you can get some nice eggs and things for you. Right? I'm going to leave this for the oven. Put this up. All right. Hello. Raining like crazy. Listen to me, friends. Look here. Don't let anybody fool you that what the Father has given you is not the fact. Listen, this is coming from God's hands. This is natural, healthy, clean food. Well, please do it, everyone.
That they're selling it from here.
Tell them to come on down. All right. All right. Look at what we have here. And you don't have to put all of these. You don't have to put all of these things in there. But here what? I cook for nutrition, not necessarily. And you see, when you cook for nutrition, it's always pretty.
Yes.
You understand? You want to say? Yes, let her see it. Come, Punky, come and look. You see it? You like it? Ah? All right, here we go. All right, so this is your, I'm going to leave it a little, let it just soak through. Friends, that is your scrambled tofu. I'm going to leave it a little bit so it can So I'm going to leave it here for a while. Because remember, we put some fresh peppers, green peppers, and onions. So I just wanted to get a little bit. Okay. And look here. Just look at it. You see, so you don't have to put no oil in here? No. Get your little coconut milk and put it in here. Season up your coconut milk, put everything, and add in there. Fantastic.
Excuse me, the what does it come from?
The sweet pepper, man. The red. You see, we use the green pepper. Is the red one. All that one you can make it at home. Go, when you find some decent red peppers or even the green pepper, just dry it, dehydrate it, and then put it in a little miller blender and make it into a powder. Yeah, and you can add and what is it? What does it mean? Another powder, and you can add another to the red paprika, the red pepper. They add the another to that because you know another has a kind of orangey, and then the red is gives you a nice. Awesome! Yeah. Oh, listen up, people. Hello. Hello. Flat bread like crazy that we are going to have with our scrambled tofu. This is awesome. Look, our God is awesome. This is why I'm doing it. Listen, you smell how it smells like you're cooking chicken soup? Huh? Smells like you're cooking chicken soup, no? Ah. All right. So now, you know that we have to plan all of the things. Okay now. You know that we're moving ahead. All right, so here's what we can do. All right, so work on those friends so that we can get these going, right? All right. Let me see this. This is done. All right, we're going to make. All right, we have so we the bread is controlled. All right, we have plenty to go. I feel so bad. These the folks are flying high. We are moving on. I'm happy that you're enjoying yourself as much as I'm enjoying. Yes, Pucci, that is finished. But I need another pot. I would love to make the omelet. Or if what we can do so all right, so let's make it. I'm gonna mix the omelet in the meantime, okay? Yeah. Just need something to pour out. All right. Yes, thank you. And let me tell you, I like to make the tofu creamy, and that is why I make it like this. But you don't have to make your scramble as creamy as this. All you have to do is just don't put all of this, all of the tahini. Don't put the tahini in there, and all of these other little things. What you can do is just season up your coconut milk and just pour your tofu in and just let it simmer for itself, right? All right. But it's always nice with a little cream, all right? All right, so here what you do for me now. The next stone, no, it's 1 year. rinse out this one. Make it good. Then you save this for the omelet. All right, here's what I'm asking you to do. Today, I wanted to make some meatballs with
How long does it take to simmer?
just to get out of the liquid. It's up to you. As soon as you're putting all this, you can. It's just up to you and your taste, right? But because there's quite a little bit of water in the coconut milk, I kind of wanted it to come out a little bit, yeah? Yeah. Mind you, I don't know how it tastes, so. I don't know how it tastes, so. I don't know how it tastes, so. All right, so if you don't care, I'm going to get all right, okay. Omelette time. Omelette. Let's go. Put it. Do that for me. All right, go. All right, you do this for me. You do this. Please, man, bread. See, what over here, coaching. Okay, omelette time. I need to make something crazy. Oh, the parts are no, I just want something small and but anyway, we live with what we have in these. Cashew? Yeah, cashew. Someone cashew or something. Oh, there you go. Yes. All right. This is ready, Poochie. The lentil. Here, what you blend this one? All right. So, yeah, what is that? But I like the coals, man. I like the coals. All right. You have an added bonus, right? I have a lot of plenty. So I'm going to just make some, let us make some thing here. So can you just bring some for me? Yeah. I'm going to make some meatballs, right? Okay. All right. Give me the total. One of the totals. Okay. All right. So this goes there. Another. Huh? Yes, I stand corrected. I'm greatly humbled. I stand corrected. All right. Sometimes I say vegan because sometimes when I say vegetable, they will ask me, "What are you saying?" You understand? Okay. I am going to make a lot of things out of this, right? All right. Let me make omelette first. Omelette. Okay. And then when you finish the all right, Gabriel, after you go to speak, let's just do this. So I can make mac and cheese, right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna make some omelette now. And this is actually just chickpea flour. Chickpea flour. So we're gonna make some no, normally when I'm making the omelette, I will use something called black salt. And the black salt is just as healthy. It's the other version of the pink Himalaya. It's pink just the same. It's just that it comes from the Black Sea. It has and it's very, very high in sulfur. So you will literally smell a little egginess. Today I didn't want to do that because I wanted to just get accustomed to having an omelette an egg alternative without all of the other condiments, right? Okay. So here's what I'm going to do now. Mix. I'm going to mix. We got the tip on it. All right, here we go. Omelette time. And let me tell you, the omelets are very delicious. Okay. And when you put that black salt in it, is even more, it's delicious. You see what I'm telling you? You can eat and feed your body and be healthy people. You don't have to go down to Kentucky and begging you. No, Kentucky. It's not cheap to eat. You mean like vegan? Well, you don't have to buy the expensive things. You have pumpkin, sweet potato, yam, and what else you have? Oh, you have cheap things. You have lentil, you have chickpea, you have all of these. No man, all of them things are cheap. The most expensive thing that I brought today is the spelt flour. Yeah. And I bring in spelt flour. I bring in like each time when I bring in like 25 pounds. And when I bring it in, it costs 25% of what you pay for it in Jamaica because I bring it in from Poochie Pines. And yes, if people want it, everything. So if people want it, they can send to us, and I will just source it from Poochie Pines and bring it in. By the way, Poochie Pines is the natural lifestyle at Seventh-day Adventist institutions that was developed by Dr. Trash, and that is where I went to get my natural healing from my cancer many years ago. Okay, so now you know. All right. Chickpea time. So the chickpea, I don't want to make an enormous lot, right? Chickpea omelet. Oh. I'm making chickpea omelet. And by the way, when you're making this thing, the chickpea omelet, it goes a long way. The chickpea flour goes a long way. A little goes a long way. Yeah. And it's amazing. You can make chickpea bread. You can make all kinds. Let me tell you, a beautiful bread you can make is oatmeal and chickpea. You go crazy for that. I love that one because it's gluten-free. Yes. Oh man. What? You see what I'm telling you? You just have to wait. If I do this is only about 2 omelets I might get. UCHEEPINES lifestyle center. Yeah, man. You see, no, 2. This is about I would say about 3/4 of a cup of that. So, as I said to you, I'm not the best of measurer, right? It's long time. Oh, this is the chickpea flour. Poochie, turn that down for me. Wait down, please. Adi, please. What time?
So the chickpea flour is sold like that?
Yeah, man. We can make it because we have a giant mill, but you can also get it like this. Yeah. The idea is when I try to introduce people to eating in a healthy way, I also provide a lot of the things that you would need to keep you in that path. So you don't have to go and pay $1,500 for a little packet, 1 pound, not even 1 pound, 14 ounces of one of the little flour that you need. Understand the point I'm making? Yeah. Right. The idea is you come down to Eden Joy and we work together on the mission, right? No, you understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing a sales pitch here. That's not what I'm doing. I'm saying that is what our mission is, right? All right, what I'm also adding to give it a little color and to give it added nutrition, a little turmeric. You notice everything I put turmeric in, right? Listen, don't go easy on the turmeric. Eh? A little turmeric. All right, next thing, A little bit of baking powder, non-aluminum baking powder. You don't need no aluminum in your body, right? You don't need it. All right. Okay. So we have that. I wonder if I put it. No. I think I need to put a little more. All right. So when you're done with that, as I always say, we have a little bit of Sazon, and this is my seasoning. And by the way, we can make your seasoning mix if you need it. We can make all of that for you. I put a little bit of seasoning in there. Nutritional yeast. I love nutritional yeast. I put a lot of it in there. But I'll put 1.5 tablespoons just for you today, okay? And here is this now. The old time paku, right? Never gets enough of that. Look here. Watch that combination too. Don't make it get too hot, right? Then clove, good old clove, digestion we're talking about here, right? If you have rosemary, that is also very good. You can put it in there too, okay? And then aside from that, I want to make an omelet that is stuffed. So if you could please open this for me. And this is it. Okay. All right, look in there. See that? All right, okay, so one of the things that I do is I use this, just the tofu, and I make what is called a fried egg. So I make the white part, and then I make another little yellow part on top of it, and it's a fried egg. And when you're eating it, it tastes like egg too. Another time when you want us, you can always ask us to make it, and I make a boiled egg too. So I have the mold, and I use it, all of these things, tofu and everything, and we make a boiled egg. So we have the mold, we pour it in there, then we put in the little yellow yolk, and when it's done, yes, thank you. And when it's done, you take it out, it's a nice little egg. All right? So all of these crazy things. Listen, man, you can do it, Israel can do all of what the Egyptians can do. What do you say? All right, so now, oh wait, I never put any oil in there, a little. And the reason I put a little oil is just for moist, right? And I use olive oil for this, right? Somebody wants to talk to me? What you want to talk to me, baby? I want to talk to you. What she says? Yes, mommy, talk to me. Talk to me. I'm talking to you. What is it?
Mom said
oh, you need to talk to me. Mom says you need to talk to me. So what mom says you must talk to me about? I want to talk to you. All right, here's the thing now. We're going to do. All right, when you're ready. All right. In the meantime, we're going to go on this. Okay. All right, this is it. We're going to mix it until all the lumps are out. Okay. Let me tell you something. Chickpea is a great healthy thing, but raw chickpea powder in your mouth is not a very nice thing. Look at the color. You see the rich color that it has, right? Combination of the turmeric, the paprika, and the chickpea. All right. So now we're ready for the road. We're going to make our. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to. All right. Let me just do it as it is. Sorry. See if you can wet this for me. People, oh dear Lord. All right, so let's work with this now. Right? All right, so I'm going to make the omelet. Where is the measuring spoon? Okay.
Oh, right.
Oh, Oh, yeah. Where's the half one? Yes. I was going to try and be mean and stingy and make some small ones, but what? I think you guys will just have to go, when just have to, what do you call it? Share it. Yeah. The melody one. Yes. Man, oh, so that's the last of it. All right. Right. If you have to use oil in anything, don't use more than like a half a teaspoon, man. If you're going to use oil, use olive oil. You can use coconut oil, but be reminded that the coconut oil has all right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to make omelet now. I had some vegetables. No, where the other vegetables? Yes. All right. The other one that she had she had some onion and thing there left too. Where it is? Some onion and where she went?
Your spot over here.
Yeah. All right. Here, I need it. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make 2 different types of right? Yes. Yeah. Put it down. All right. Okay. So here we go now. I'm gonna make 2. I'm gonna make 1 with just. Yeah. So I'm going to make two omelets. One that is filled with just fresh vegetables. One that is filled with carrots and beans and stuff. Right? All right. Let me see. I hope that this will make more than one. You have to develop the art of doing this one, eh? Right? All right, so we're going to just leave it here now. Huh? Yeah, and if I had used the black salt, which is high in sulfur, it would have, all of here would smell like egg. Yeah, so go. All right, let me just drink a little water. Water, where's your phone? Oh. So you went up? Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Oops. You know, I'm going to put that in the salt for your benefit. All right, here what you went to. Go on. Here? Yeah. Yeah. Use the fork. Yeah. I need this thing. All right. Here's what I'm going to do now. All right. So tuna time. All right. I think there's a device that's waiting there. Where is my thing? I don't know why. I'm having so much fun with them coming now with them. You know. You always go. All right. I know what's fine. So we're going to do that.
let it be. You see it coming on? Yes. Here's the seeds. The other thing. Here's another thing that I use. To put on this, not spatula, it's into silver thing to put under it. Yes. All right. All right. The fire's a little up, but anyway, don't worry about it. No, here's what we're going to do. This is your omelet. So we're going to, once it's cooked on one side, we're going to add our vegetables to one side. Okay? Right? There you go. Here's what I'm going to do now. As any other omelet, you would just fold it. Okay? You fold it. Right? Fold it. Right? And you leave it to steam for a little while. Yes, yes, anything you want. Right? What I think I'm going to do is when I'm done, I'm going to just make the flat omelet and then you people can always put in what you want. That's what I do. And then I'm going to put everything. And then you can put what you want. I just want to make it in the interest of time, right? Put this over here. Which we have something else. And next thing, what else we have up there? Oh, bread. No, we wanted the bread when we finish it all. What else we have? Condiments. Okay. And then I'm going to put up the lentil. We make the lentil balls, right? Sorry? Yeah. We'll make some lentil balls. You see how she gladly say yes, yes, yes. Come with correct yourself, no? All right, good. All right, here we go. That's one. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some of the vegetables in here and just going to show you some new ways that you can do it. I'm going to put back some of the vegetables in here, right? And just make the omelet over it. Put the omelet on it. And then you can see some of the nice things that you can do with it. So you don't have to, listen, you don't have to follow me to the T, right? You don't have to follow me to the T. Just be creative, okay? All right. All right. Now after this, we're going to make a food. Right? But you see, all of these things we can, simple little things we can make. And I have to make with the mac and cheese. I must. I cannot go home without making the mac and cheese. Please. I can't know. Eh? Well, it's quite a few people. So you have to cook everything. I don't just cook everything. There's plates as well. All right, here we go. Here we go. Huh? Oh, it's over the church there's a no. I don't. It's not an insult. That is that I just start for the church. All right, here we go. This one now, I'm just as you noticed before. I'm just gonna place the as we call the veg egg.
over it. You see? All right. We're going to cover this now. Steam it. Man, what are we making? Then doing something. All right. So we went to all right. So what we're doing now, we're waiting on this now too. We're waiting on this to come. So if you notice, we made we made one omelet where we just made it flat and we stuck in the vegetables. With this one now, we put the vegetables down first in the pan, and then we pour the mix on top. So that's just another way that you can do it, right? To avoid the falling. You know? All right. All right. Finish. This is which one? This one. All right. How many have you? Okay. After this, huh? Huh? Oh, all right. Okay, so you can make two. All right then. So let's watch this now. Okay. So, other than that, now I think we're going to do the start of the mac and cheese, and then we're going to start the mac and cheese, and then I'm going to make the condiments, right? Okay. Oh yeah, the bread is ready. All right. All right. So that is the bread. Yeah. So everybody needs to come and look at the bread. The bread is ready now to be. That is what we call the first bread. First fruit. We have the first fruit. Right? Okay. Now, when the bread gets to this point, when the dough gets to this point, and we put it down and it's done. Hold on. Let me just flash back to this, please. It smells delicious. Well, I think this part isn't getting much of it. Let us keep it. Let us keep it a little bit more. Right? Let me keep on ending. All right, here we are. No, do one we can cover first. Yes. That one first. All right. Here we are with the dough. Now, when you get to this point, you're halfway there. Okay. So when you have your first proof, this is what you do. You get it to this stage. You're gonna now punch the dough to get out the air. Right? You notice when I punch it, I go back down flat, all the air is gone. Right? So now we're ready now to make a second proof. Right? So once the air is out, you roll again using here, right here. Roll it again. Roll. Roll from the outside in, right? From the external areas to the center. So you go bang, bang, right? Oh, I am over here saying bang, and the policeman might pass by and say something. I'm doing something. All right, so you just do that. If you notice, watch the dough. Each time that I push it, you notice it just flips back easily. You notice that? That's the protein in the fish. See it? Look. You see that? Okay. That's what you need. All right. So now we're ready to cook. I think we have a go-to. I wanted one of these to make the gluten-free bread. Gluten-free is just doing the thing and do. When you start, where is the dough cutter? Is there a lot of things? Huh? Which one? Gluten-free bread? There's a lady that says she's gluten-free. Oh. Why you said that? Why?
The time.
No man, I can just make it. You don't have to cook that, just put it down for. Wait a minute. We have enough for 2 bread. Oh, you know what I'm going to make a bread and some bread rolls. Alright. I would have liked to have had something to roll up the bread and roll. All right. All right. I hope they don't block us in. People are coming in here. Coach, is it possible for us to park the car somewhere else so that they don't block us in? Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a way that we can park our car outside the trooper?
Outside.
So they don't block us in. Because it seems like people are. And they don't block me. All right. So here we go. Bread. So now we have done this part. So what we're going to do is I'm going to now cover it. This is actually the best way. So you get the best of your bread. You cover. And there's a spray bottle I have. So when I do my bread, I make a honey solution. All right. Make a honey solution with honey and water. And then I just use it to spray the bread. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this and cover the bread. I'm going to use it and cover it. Okay. I'm going to use it and cover it. Then we're going to leave it again for 2 while cover. And this one now, you increase this one. Right. For this one, I'm gonna make some bread rolls. Yeah. Because oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to make it ready. Right?
No. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We made this into rolls. All right. All right, so we're going to make a nice little bread. Are they having a class? Can they not play piano, please? What time? Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make one of the little breads that we make at the office. Making two breads. Getting two for the price of one, right? What is it? Oh, hi. Sit down, yeah. All right, there you go. So this again, we're going to now spray the top. And then we're going to leave it right again. Right? All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just make the gluten-free bread. I think there are a couple of people that might be interested in it. And I really wanted to make it, right? Can you set some water for me to make the macaroni? Just put on some water and eat it. Huh? You put on water? It's hot? When it is boiling, you pour this in. Okay? All right. So I am going to make I think I'm going to make it gluten-free. Okay? All right.
All right, so yes. Yeah, we need to talk. Yeah.
That's it. All right, so all right. I wanted to do the gluten-free bread. I don't know if you get the time. Because what time is it now? I think it's 25. I wanted to do on that one. So I think let me just put in macaroni and cheese. Huh? No, but I think all I was going to do is mix it up with the bread. Oh, that bread. Because you don't really need to proof it much. But it's all right. That is good. We did quite a bit, so that's what I'm doing. But I think we did quite a bit. I'm going to do the I want you to make it better. Eh? Eh? Yeah. We have the walnut and the sunflower seeds. We just need to grind that and put in. All right. You know what I'm first? Oh. This now we may have to put this. All right, we put this. And then everybody then start eating. Right? Okay, let's do the sit round this. Sit round here. So on fire. No, stick it. All right. Yes. And the mercy. Slip. Then we just rinse them with what do you feel, guys? No, I'm making the crumble. Oh, yes. All right. So we are waiting for the bread now to proof, and we're actually on the end of our thing. So here's what we're going to do. I had intended to do some condiments. In the interest of time, I had made some butter ahead of time, which I'm going to just tell you what to do and to show you because I have one. We're now going, and I'm going to make. I had many requests for proteins, so I'm going to now make a veggie crumble, which is something like a veggie minced beef. Right, well, it's like the Egyptians, what they would call minced beef, but this is a product that Eden Jar makes and that we prepare for people's meals and stuff. And this is, I'm going to make it now because it's a very cheap and easy and tasty thing that you can use, very affordable, right? And a little goes a long way, right? So I'm just going to make that little one and kind of spice it up a little bit so that everybody can have a little taste of it. And at home, you can make this at home because, as I said to you, it's cheap to make. It's very tasty. You can use it for so many different things. This is like the base of another thing. You can use it to make your meatballs. You can use it to make meatloaf. You can use it to make things like patties. It's just a great filling. All right. So what we're basically doing is right now is that we're grinding the nuts that we use as part of the base, and we use about 20% of the soybean curd, and then we also use beetroot. We use beetroot and beetroot juice, and then we use other grains, right? So we cook everything down in the beetroot juice. Let me show you what it looks like. Yeah. This is what it looks like sort of like a more like a meat kind of thing. And then we're going to add now the nuts and the spices, and then it's a complete meal ready. What you can do with this is you can add beans to it. You can add other vegetables, and you get a nice stew. You can that is it's actually a veggie crumble. That's what it's called. It's the product that we make, but a number of individuals had asked me about proteins, and I thought because it's very affordable, it's very nutritious, it's very healthy, I thought I can make it here so other individuals can make that. All right. So as soon finish this. All right. Okay. All right. Next thing now, all right. Yes. So at the moment I'm going. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be making the mac and cheese. So the thing about this now is that we have to, you know how you make macaroni. You have to bring it to a boil and then you add what you need, right? So did you put salt in here? All right. This is sweet potato macaroni, right? Yes, it's sold in some supermarkets, right? But so we use it. All right. It doesn't take long to cook, but wait, I'll just going to cook a little. At least everybody can get a spoon. It doesn't take a lot. Very healthy. Very, very healthy. And you must always put a little oil in the water when you're making your macaroni, right? So it doesn't stick to each other. Right. I was meant to make some balls with this, but the funeral is coming and I don't want us to get it. I can put this. Oh, you know the Tahini wanted to do. Where is it? Oh, sorry, I was going to make the this now. All right. In the meantime, that all right. So while that is going, I'm going to make a tuna. What is called tuna? Vegan tuna. Okay. And the tuna is basically cooked chickpea with spices, right? There was you can what? All right, this is basically chickpea. This is just bare chickpea, and we crushed it, right? Huh? Yeah, you can use your fork. Best way, easiest way to do it. For the purpose of this, I have quite a little bit of vegetables, and I'm just going to use them in here. Normally, I would just put celery and some spices, but you have a lot of vegetables here. You can always use it because you can always put vegetables. Remember now, when you're making your meal, ensure that at least 30 to 40% of your meal is vegetables, right? So when I cook, I try to make sure, even if I just mix up the vegetables in here, I try to make sure I have that. Okay? No. So we're gonna make our tuna. We have a lot of vegetables left over, and I don't mind.
And the tuna may not, and it doesn't always taste the same because when you put a lot of different kinds of vegetables in it, right? All right, so with this, I'm gonna put some, I'm adding cloves, right? This is not going to be the same as the one we have at that I normally serve at Eden Joy, because when I'm serving it at Eden Joy, I am a little more skimpy. This is the spice mix, just some sesame, herbs and spice, and then the nutritional yeast. Can you ask them to phone it down? I would be very grateful. No offense. A little paprika, and the mainstay now is our a little lemon juice and a little and lots of mayo. Okay, mayonnaise. And this is vegan mayo. I had hoped to show you today, but the time is up. And the truth is, yeah, the truth is I don't want to carry around with the funeral going on, right? I know what funerals are. Give me a break. Yeah. All right. So here we go. And a little bit of lemon. Poochie, please look at the look at the macaroni. Oh, thank you. All right, and a little bit of lemon juice, as I said before. Remember, tuna is fish, and they always put lemon on it to keep down the raw scent. You know that. I've never had tuna, but I mean, I hear when you're into cooking, you have to just look and learn. All right, this is going to be very delicious. I can tell you, right? And listen, with this, a little goes a long way, right? Okay, so you can use this. You can use 1 can of chickpeas, and that will last you for a long time if it stretches. You see what I'm saying? And if you want to, you can put a little turmeric in there, bring up the color. And this is like a nice, and you can use this as a nice mock chicken salad too. Yes, yes. So here's the bread now. Where's the other one? Show the other one too. This is ready for the oven now. We're gonna put it in here for 35 minutes. It's just so delicious. I tell you. Yeah. No man, these were so this can go. This now I kind of put it in a little style kind of thing, so that it wouldn't be, well, put it a little bit more if you want to, but I wanted the oven to go in there the same. But some of them were smaller than others, right? His name is Kevin. Are you serious? All right, yeah. All right. So now this is your tuna. It's ready for your bread and your flatbreads. All of this.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, and this is and to know you don't need no chemical to do it. So you look at your so that's your tuna, right? This is your tuna. So we're gonna put this aside now and see if we can do it. When I'm done, I'll share everything in all your plates. Somebody has to share it. All right. All right. So this is another one. I'm going to get a nice step. All right. This is done. All right. Get on the thing with the protein.
You know,
Okay, this is ready. This one is ready. All right, look at, I want you to look at the sweet potato map. Sweet potato map, right? And believe me, a 1 pound can feed a whole heap of people. You see? You smell the sweet potato? Tell me that, you know, so it's awesome. Oh! Yes, so this is, all right? So we went turn it off, now drain it, and then we went to drain it. You don't know how to drain it. So drain it from it, and then what I want you to do is to do the, coach it. Let's look at, do the, blend up the vegetables on the piece for it. Right? I'm gonna make, oh, this is okay. So I'm gonna make a crumble now. All right? I'm going to make a smaller one, right? Just enough for everybody to get. But this is something you can make at home. And as I said to you, a little goes a long way, right? Can I get the, where did that put it? The wooden spoon. Oh, I do. All right. Here's what we do. And as I said to you, this is grains and curd, which is sardine curd, right? And you only use about 20% of that. It's mainly about grains and nuts, okay? All right, and beetroot. Remember I told you? Beetroot. You see how it's red? You see what? You see how it's red? That's because we cooked it in beetroot. Okay? We're making the crumble. This is a crumble that we serve in the lunch. But it's high protein and it's very economical and it goes a long way. So I got a number of requests for proteins. The others I didn't make today, another time we have that. But I'm showing you how to make it, right? And then I'm going to put some on this along with all the other food that you're going to be having, right? Okay? Huh? No, this is peas, grains, and the soybean curd. All right? You lentil and bulgur and quinoa and all that. Yeah. Mercy's right. This is you feeding from the Lord's hand, you eating from the Lord's hand. All right, what we have in this, put it in the blender and start blending. I'm going to give you some of this to put in there. Put some, put a little more. No, you have aquafaba? Yes, aquafaba in here. Aquafaba, nutritional yeast. I'm coming here. I'm going to come. Nutritional yeast here, sesame and paprika. Here, ma'am. Put all this. But go easy and do. Okay? Right? And see garlic, onion, garlic and onion, and tahini and basil. The cashews to be added. This one is mac and cheese. All right, so here's the thing. Here's where we are. We have in here we have the grains and we have the curd. As I said, it's 20%, which is what you call a soybean mix. 20% of everything we use that. All the mainstay of this is the grains, the nuts, the seeds, right? But like I said, it goes a long way. All right, so here we are. So we're gonna add this now is called sunflower seeds and walnuts, right? When I'm serving it at my place, I use mainly walnuts. I use mainly walnuts and sunflower seeds, and then I use just a little bit of this. So this is the greater portion, right? When I'm serving it at my place. Then I'm going to add a little oil, a little olive oil, right? Because in other words, we need a little all right, so we do that, then mix, and we have
And then now we would add, for those persons who love pepper, you can always add your pepper here. I don't know. I think in my early years, I ate so much pepper that I ended up with not being able to eat a bit of it now. I was so awful with pepper. I used to have like about 4 bottles of the pickled pepper every month. That's how bad it was for me. This is pimento, allspice, right? So you just put a little. This is a whole heap of herbs and spice. I can put them in there, but it's mainly sesame that I use, right? I'm just gonna put a little just because I want a little more excitement in it, okay? Then a little bit of basil. Listen, you cannot get enough basil. You can't get enough basil. Lord, I love basil, and basil is good for your nerves, it's good, and it's good for your digestive system, and guess what else it does? You put all of the I remember we wanted liquid. All right, we want it to be liquid, right? So we put onion and garlic in here. Okay. And onion and garlic. Can you see that? See that? We gave it back, no man. Somebody took it from me. And put it from here. Use the spatula and push it down. All right, and this now is the same. This is actually your minced meat. Sorry, your minced meat, right? Doesn't it look like? And if you look at it, when the nuts and stuff is in here, it looks like it's fat, doesn't it? Yes, it looks like the fat, doesn't it? Yes. I've never had minced beef, I have to tell you. I've never had it. But I go into the store and I study what it looks like. And I said, listen to me. I must be able to make a good version of this soup that people can enjoy, all of this cholesterol and madness, right? Look here now, people, I have to taste it. You cannot oh dear God. You cannot eat this. You cannot. It's delicious. Tomato sauce. And the reason I'm putting that in here now is because it gives it an added creaminess. You know what I mean? Oh, it is delicious. I'm telling you. Yeah. When you cook, you must cook with love. Yes. You taste it when you eat it. Yes. Huh? You know that all of this is yours. All of this are you people. And remember, I'm not eating any of it. I can't come here and make the food and then put up over it. Good Lord. No, she brought some plates. All right. And listen, when at the end of the day, I can't come here and make it and you all go and make it. All right. So the last thing that I'm going to make now is I'm trying to find something to cover. All right, after this, we're going to put everything together against everything. All right.
All right, now, the last thing that I'm going to make, the last thing I'm going to make now is the mac and cheese. Oh, it's coming, yours now. All right, mac and cheese. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. All right, I'm going to do your mac and cheese now. There's carrots in here. Paprika. Where's paprika? And that's it. So now, this is basically, this is just the macaroni, right? Sweet potato macaroni that we are making. This is the cheese sauce that we're making. Let me tell you what's in the cheese sauce. The cheese sauce is carrot, ash potato, nutritional yeast, garlic, paprika, onion. If you have time, you can add a little bit of it in there. And if you use salt, you can use a little of it in there and just your little spice and herbs, right? That's all that is in there. What we're gonna do, we just cook the sweet potato macaroni, and we're making the cheese sauce, and we just going to mix it up there, and then that's your mac and cheese. If you have the time, you can put it into a bowl. Thank you, mommy. You can just put it into a bowl, into a pan, and just stick it in. Put a little breadcrumbs on the top, and just stick it into your oven. 30 minutes, 200 degrees, and you get a nice little thing that you can slice. But personally, I don't like mac and cheese in the oven. So, but I'm telling you, because this is a beautiful way that you can save yourself some of the high cholesterol crazy cheese out there. And you're getting more vegetables than anything, because this is just vegetables, really. And there's cashew, and I forgot to mention is cashew. This is going to be more creamy than I anticipated. Are you like it? No, the cheese that you get in the store is milk, is from cows. No, sir. No. No, you will only get this if you come to eat and enjoy. That's what I'm saying. Instead of we buy the macaroni and cheese, you use this. Yes. Just buy your own macaroni and then make your own little cheese sauce at home. You're healthier. Because what they do is they dry the cheese and then they cook it. It is even more deadly. And listen, and they have to put a lot of salt in it to keep it. And they oh dear Lord, I wouldn't even talk about it because I don't want the people to hear me on this thing, and then they want to take me to jail. But look here, for the most part, just try to eat healthy, okay? Oh dear, look at these people. This is mac and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. No joke. You see it? All right, that's mac and cheese. Yeah.
Let me taste it. Don't make the camera see me. It's delicious. Oh my God. And it's not salty. It's not miserable and salty. All right. So all we have to do now is wait on the bread. Oh yes, yes. Boy, you know you're very wrong. You're eating, right? All right, so that's mac and cheese. So, I think we have quite a bit. We've got quite a bit, I believe. Yes. You know something, I might take this coffee. Who wants something to pour on the house? Yes, yes, yes. No, the tomato. I don't want to lose all the things. All right, so that's basically it. While we wait, you can have your questions answered. Hopefully, I can answer anyone you have. It would have been nice. Maybe another day we'll have to finish and do some more, but I don't know.
Shepherd's pie.
Who talked about shepherd's? Oh, you want shepherd's pie? I had intended to do shepherd's pie today, so I bring everything, but time is the master. So, all right. So, like I said, I should have made the ketchup, right? Huh? I should have made those, but not time to be insane.
I use your ketchup recipe and made my ketchup, and it is so delicious.
All right, so you went to pass it around. So you went pass around. Pass it. Everybody will get the ketchup recipe from my sister here. And the mayonnaise, yeah, the mayonnaise, basically, here's what you do. For the mayonnaise, you just add 3 tablespoons of water or milk, not milk. And that's encouraging your home, right? Any kind of high process, you can use both, right? 3 tablespoons, put it into your blender. Then put 1.5 tablespoons of lime juice. And then, please excuse me, 1.5 teaspoons. If you want to write it down, you're fine. 1.5 teaspoon of lime juice, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I'm sorry, 3 tablespoons. I don't know why I'm doing 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons of nut milk or coconut milk or plain old water. And then when you've done that now, you put all of that into the blender, and then you add 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. Right? When you do that, you just blend it, and when it's gonna become as thick, you know what mayonnaise looks like. Just blend it, and it's going to just get thick. Just put it into a glass container or something and put it in the refrigerator. Keep it there nice. Oh, you can put salt if you use salt. I personally don't use salt, so I use nutritional yeast and garlic instead. Right? Also, sometimes I use mushroom seasoning, which is just ground dry mushroom. It gives it a nice umph, just like you would salt. Okay? So that is basically your mayonnaise, right? Is there something else I need to make? Butter. Let me show you your butter. Sorry. All right, so this is your butter. This is your butter.
This I can leave with, I don't know who wants it.
Me first.
Anybody?
I share.
This is the butter. The butter you can make at home, and this butter can do anything any other butter does. This is Jesus's type.
All right.
This is what Jesus would eat, right? Here's what I put in there. I put a little lecithin. You don't have to put lecithin if you don't want to. What you can do, you use a little of the nut milk or oat milk, right? And you add, if you want soft butter, you have to use what we call a carrier oil and a milk, right? So if you want soft butter, you put more of the carrier butter, which is the secondary butter. So you would use coconut oil and say olive oil. If you want a softer butter, you put more of the olive oil. If you want a more firm butter, you put less. So in this, I got this hard butter because I used 3/4 of a cup of the coconut oil and I used 1/4 of a cup of the olive oil because I wanted it firm. Then I used, I put a little Himalayan salt in it. Then I used a teaspoon of nutritional yeast. And then I used some, to be honest with you, I used some water. We couldn't find the milk at the time, we just used some water. So we used about 3 tablespoons of water. And then I used some soy lecithin. And I blended everything up. You're gonna get a nice thick kind of pasty like. Just put it in here and put it in the fridge to set. And this is going to be like that. You can leave it here for a while, it's gonna be like that. And you can use it for anything. You can spread it on the bread. Hopefully when the bread comes out, you can spread it. How long are we? How far are we? All right. When your bread come out, you can, all these things are yours to eat today. You can spread it on your bread and it's, listen, I make my gluten-free bread. And when I make this, you see, and the bread is hot. I just put a little of my little butter on it. Oh, you don't want to go near there. I can tell you. Listen.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me or say or what. I'd be happy to answer any questions until we wait for, while we wait for the food. We're really just waiting for the break. What's going on here? Oh, so guess what is happening? They are cutting off all them flatbread and all them excitement, so that you can. Ice cream. All right. Ice cream now, you know, is you have an ice cream maker at home. All right. Oh, all right. So let me tell you the recipe just the same. And you can, what you can do, you can use, you don't have to have an ice cream maker. Here, what you do? Put some ice. Put some ice cubes. Put some ice cubes into a container. No, I like the bag. I like to use it in the ziploc bag. Have more control. And then here's what you're going to do now. You're going to mix. You see the coconut milk, like in the can, like this, right? Put it in the fridge overnight if you want to make ice cream. So you need the cream of the ice of the coconut, right? So when you put it in the fridge, what's going to happen is that all of the cream is going to go to the top, and all of the water is going to be at the bottom. When you take it out of the fridge, turn it over like this, right? Cut here or just punch it 2 ways and get rid of the water, right? Then cut out this now so that you can get to the cream. So you put the cream into a bowl. Then you add some regular coconut milk, right? So you get another can of coconut milk and you add it to what you have, the cream. Then you add a little salt. If you use salt, use a little pink salt because the ice cream needs the pink salt, right? Then you add a little vanilla, you add a little cinnamon, okay? Mix them all together, right? Pour it into another Ziploc bag and zip it tight, right? So it can't run. Because what you're going to do now is you're going to shake it up in that bag. So what you do is, what you're going to do now is you're going to put the mix into the bag with the ice, zip it together, and then you shake them up. It will take you a little while. Just shake it up, turn it over. And what's going to happen is after a while, you will start freezing. Yes, and just keep shaking for about 10-15 minutes. Well, you can probably listen to your music while you're doing that. And then when you're done, it's just going to start freezing. And you just go on until it freezes well enough. You just put it into a container, put it into your fridge, and it will freeze well. And then, yes. And in anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, you have ice cream. You can blend the first part, but if you will put it in the blender, you're going to add ice cream and you're going to get a lot of the ice part. So it went hard like sauce. You broke in the country? Yeah. In the country, we used to make sauce. Yeah. What? We used to make it at home. Oh, yes. You can't country but when we were growing up in the country, we used to make socks and we paid 5 cents. And we used to make them and sell them amongst ourselves. So when we go to school, and when you go to school now, man, everybody paying 5 cents and 10 cents for them things. What? And everybody have a nicer tasting one, get a little more money. Listen, it's awesome growing up in the country. The country is the boss. Oh, I cannot tell you. Yeah, so that's how you make your ice cream. So, listen, a lot of things I wanted to make, but boy, time. Hopefully, if you come again, you're not going to have the whole day for yourself. Yes. No distraction. No. Watch it. Boy, now to ask Jesus with dates available. But really, I wanted to make things like lasagna because serve lasagna a lot of my place and a lot of people want to know how I make it. Well, they have a little piece of it because they saw me make the crumble today. So I will enjoy the crumble today. And what is that? The tuna. Oh, you're making it. Oh, so some other things over here now. I love that thing that over here. You saw the mac and cheese? I have my box here. You saw the mac and cheese? No. Yeah, man. This is the mac and cheese. Boys, a lot. And the butter. You're going to use the butter so that you can use the butter for the bread. Put it from here. Yes, just. We're going to share for everybody. How many people are here? These are the people who were here from morning first, right? Yes. People who were here from morning. What she said, forgive from herself. Yes. Really? I'm not saying order. Politics, that's enough. I'm saying we can't even touch it below. All right. What I'm saying is, count the folks that were waiting here from morning first. There's enough food. All of you here on another second. All me say.
Free surprise. I just want to say, a big thank you, gracias. I don't know, everything, all the languages. We just want to say a big thank you for coming out, for taking time out here. So busy.
Oh, don't tell me talk about you.
And on post when I had still able to come today.
Yes.
And I'm very happy that you're here with us and that you showed us all of this. And we're looking forward to eating it.
Boy, and the proof is in the eating room. All right.
And we're looking forward to the next bit where you can
Right.
show us more. Including seniors and all of that.
All right.
So, thank you so much. And may God continue to bless you and your ministry.
Thank you very much, and thank you too for supporting us at Joy and for supporting our mission. And I'm just hoping, look here, I would have failed my mission today if those folks here and those folks online are not making the foods that we have made here today.
They won't get it, but they can see what to do.
Yes. All right. That's
No problem.
yes.
I have a big competition with you. Wait, let's show them.
Yes. Oh,
These are mac and cheese.
yes, mac and cheese.
Some messages were sell out.
Jesus, oh, Jesus need that. What do you mean, man? Have to sell out? The only unfortunate thing is that we're not gonna I never taste it, I just wait. So you wanna have to sell. When you get on the bread, I need one more. Sitting here.
Yeah, we have to connect on it.
All right. All right. We're just gonna first now. Yes. Yes. Here. Remember this is from the and this is from the Veggie Crumble. All right, everybody, please just take a photo. I don't want to walk around. Please pass along the floor. How many people are here?